there's different people, they have different personalities. Okay, so some people are like me, where they're very cautious and they're very careful about like jobs and this and that, like I used to be. When I started my business, I was like, I'm not leaving until I make enough money, then I do my job before I would leave. Okay, so it's when you have simultaneous things happening together where the income's coming up, I'm like, okay, when it hits more than that, okay, now I'm going to leave my job. Other people, like one of my business partners, he was like, I'm just leaving, and he just went in, he just gave his notice, and then he just left. I mean, he had 3 month notice, but still, for me, that was crazy to think about it, to doing like that. So for me, like, I think this is a question for you more in terms of what's your risk tolerance, what's your savings like, how much runway do you have, what are you estimating in terms of how much time it would take to do this, and then I can give you a dose of reality on some of these things. Most human beings on planet Earth right now are living paycheck to paycheck. What's good, I would say, is 1 to 2 years of runway. Because just it's like when you first start, you think, I remember when I started selling on Amazon, I'm like, yeah, I'm making good money, I'm gonna have my Ferrari next week. I'm still waiting for my Ferrari now, all these years later, because things take time. And people often overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. If you think it's going to take you 6 months, I would say it will probably end up taking 12 to 18 months. So you need to be thinking with that. You want to plan, you want to hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right? So you want to be thinking, okay, if this takes 12 months, how does it work? All of this kind of stuff. So one is that. The second thing is that before you jump ship, what you want to do is you want to look at the reality on the ground, and based on that, you want to jump ship. Okay. So for example, like if I was you, and I would be like trying to validate if this is a viable business. Now, validation would mean getting sales. But if I just got one sale of this program, I would not have made this program. I had to get 2, 3, 4 sales or whatever it was. And I was like, yes, I need to do this type of thing. So you need to basically, before you think about jumping ship or whatever, you need to be very clear that, look, I need this many jobs. When I hit 10 jobs, that means that this is validated. I can get clients. When I do this, and you want to set milestones for yourself, and you want to build up that cash reserve. You want to make those 6 months into 8 months and 9 months and 10 months, and you want to do it side by side. Now, in this time right now, for you to do that, it will require you to work harder than you've ever worked, right? It's going to be more. And like you said, something's got to give. But for this time right here, it doesn't matter if something doesn't give. Why? Because this is the toughest time. This is the time when you're doing all of this and you're trying to build all of this and you're doing all of it. So it's going to be pain, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be a lot. But the next phase after this, once you've got enough and you let go of this, it will become so much easier. And this is what I'm saying, like right now, for me, alhamdulillah, to earn money and have all my time is very easy, and I don't spend much time on work or anything. But to get here, it requires a lot of sacrifice and time. So I think that I wouldn't go quitting my job or anything like that, just the way I am risk tolerant wise. I would actually really try and find a way to validate, first of all, the number of clients I get. And the second thing is actually building a system that will enable me to get clients regularly and all these things. Once I have these 2, 3 things sorted, and then I'm seeing regular income come to another level, then I might be like, look, in this job I earn 4K a month, in with my practice thing, I'm getting like £1,000 every month now. I could actually live on 1,000 if I really wanted. Maybe I'm willing to make sacrifice, go all in, all this stuff. I think the most important thing is for you to just be consistent with this, right? Like even if you just spent an hour a day every day on this, that will actually get you to success eventually. Sure. Of course, if you've got more time or whatever, inshallah, that's like a much better thing to put in more time, because hopefully you've realized that, look, as I'm building this, it feels different to working in a job, because you're building something for yourself and you feel like, whoa, like this is actually good. And if I apply myself more, I can get more and I can do more and all of this stuff. So it's very different. And hopefully there's a fuel there that's going to do that. So this is really good, because in your early days, you need that motivation to keep going. But I would say be consistent, be committed. And like you've seen from the book and other things, like as long as you're consistent and committed, you stay and you don't quit, you can't lose. You will definitely eventually get there, inshallah. It's just how long does it take?